Good morning. It's about 4 o'clock in the morning and we're going to Liverpool and then on to Manchester. Now it's going to be quite a challenging day, both on driving time and on working time, and there's a good chance that I may run out of time. So we need to get a wiggle on and just get there. We're due at Liverpool at 8:20 and then Manchester 25 minutes past 10, or but we've got a window 25 minutes past 10 to 11:30. Now it may be that none of these stores are expecting us, I don't know, so if they're not, we may have a bit of a delay when we get there, so that could challenge us as well. Now I've checked the fuel and I haven't got enough fuel. Whoever's filled this up hasn't filled it up very well, and I've only got 3/4 of the tank. They could have just had the nozzle too far down and it's clicked off and think it's full, but this is an 18-ton rigid, so the tanks are quite small, so I haven't got enough to get me there and back. I have got a fuel card with me, so if the worst comes to worst, I can always top up somewhere en route somewhere. So yeah, so we're just going to see whether we can do it in time. It's a good 4 hours to Liverpool, I reckon. Luckily we're in an 18-ton and this truck's going to be restricted to 56 miles an hour, whereas some of the articulated tractor units are restricted to less. So at least we can get a wiggle on. All trucks in the UK are restricted to a maximum of 56 miles per hour, but some, they can be anywhere, sort of like 51, 52, 53, 54, 55 and so on. So they can be anywhere, whatever they're restricted to, that's the maximum speed that they can go. So yeah, so we're just going to get a wiggle on now and hopefully we get there on time. The traffic wise, I think we'll be alright going there, and we may be okay as far as Manchester, but be coming back. If that M6 is clogged, we may have to think about hopping over the Pennines and coming down the M1 or something like that, but that's gonna cost us time. So it's a bit of 6 and 1/2 dozen t'other. So we'll see what happens. We'll play it by ear and we're just gonna get going.
Slow down. Take the 3rd exit. Coach and lorry parking nearby. Coach and lorry parking nearby.
Liverpool is often noted for its association with the Beatles. It does, however, have an incredible history. The port of Liverpool was first established in 1207 by King John. He wanted it to send supplies to Ireland, not for the Irish, but the British troops that were over there. Liverpool as a port really came into its own during the slave trade and the Industrial Revolution. Much of Liverpool's wealth came from slavery, and it traded with Africa and the Caribbean. Later, during the Industrial Revolution, Liverpool was a vital port for British overseas trade with countries in the British Empire. Now the major ports are on the other side of the country, as more trade is done with the EU, and there is no British Empire or slave trade. Right, we are at the services just north of Wolverhampton on the M6. We've still got a fair way to go, so we need to get wiggle on now. Just stopped for a comfort break and to get a sandwich, and I've got food with me, but it's just on the way back I may want some more. And it's not some of the places there you can't, on the way back from Manchester, the services sometimes don't take trucks, so I thought, well, I'll get one, and then I can always pull up anywhere then. So we're going to get a wiggle on now and get there. Well, we got here finally. We didn't get lost. We followed the instructions, and then there were bollards. I thought, ooh, right, okay. So we tried to go in another way, and that wouldn't let us. So fortunately, I saw a chap in another truck coming out, and I asked him. So he told me that these bollards, they go down before 10 o'clock. So we got in, but I've just seen there's an Arctic unloading now, a double-decker, so we're having to wait until he's finished. He's probably maybe not halfway through. He's close to halfway, so we got a little bit of time. So I put myself on brake. Well, I think I've put myself on brake, better double check, but I'm pretty sure I have. I have. So we're all good there. So what I'm going to do now is look at how I get out of here, because I think it's going to be easier to get out. Last time I came to Liverpool, there's two things that are I think of when I think of Liverpool is traffic lights that stay on red for a long time, and you know, the beautiful heritage and all the wonderful buildings, and you know, it's quite delightful. So yeah, so I'm going to look up how to get to the Manchester store and hope that it's going to be an easy time. The chap at the store, he says, you know, did you find it all right? I says, no. And he says, nobody ever does the first time they come here. So there you go, it's not just me. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find a bin for my rubbish as well, and have a little bit of a tidy up. And yeah, so time wise, well, it's going to be at least an hour to Manchester, so he's going to be at least half an hour. So that's 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. It's going to be 5 o'clock by the time we get back. We're going to push that working time to the limit. But it is what it is. We're on our way to Manchester now. Now, Manchester also has an important past. It was at the heart of the Industrial Revolution and grew significantly during the 19th century. The textile mills were fed with cotton from the Americas, and cloth made in Manchester was shipped all over the British Empire. The Manchester Ship Canal enabled easy access to the Irish Sea and to the rest of the world. We've just finished the drop in Manchester. It was very, very difficult to actually get the last 200-300 yards to the store. We had to go down a very congested road that was just full of cars pulling out of little side roads, so you just couldn't get anywhere, and it took us about 10 minutes to do something that we could have walked into. But anyway, we got there, we got the drop done, and now we're on our way back out. And the gentleman at the store was very kind and helped us in which was the best way to get out of the city and onto the M6. Although I've got a map and the sat nav, it's always a good idea to get local advice from people that know the best ways, especially with it being a very busy Saturday afternoon.
Slow down. After 200 yards, take the third right onto Portland Street. Then turn left. After 200 yards, take the third left. Then immediately turn slightly right. After 200 yards, turn slightly right in the direction of Warrington. Then take the second right.